One day, the Buddha sat under a great tree, surrounded by his students. The students had come up with a question in their hearts. How do we stay focused on our goals? They were eager to learn, but they found it hard to stay on track with their dreams. Distractions, doubts, and worries often pulled them away. The Buddha, seeing their troubled faces, smiled kindly. He began to speak in a calm and simple voice so that everyone could understand. Let me tell you a story, he said, about a young man named Arjun. The students leaned forward, eager to hear the story. The Buddha continued. Arjun was full of dreams. He wanted to be the best archer in the kingdom. He trained every day, but after some time, he noticed that he was not getting better. His mind was restless. Sometimes, while practicing, he would think about other things, like what his friends were doing or what fun he could have after training. Sometimes, he even thought about how long it would take to become the best, and that made him feel tired and frustrated. The students nodded and recognizing the same problems in themselves. One day, Arjun went to a wise teacher, hoping to learn how to focus. The teacher welcomed him and said, I can help you, but first you must pass a small test. Arjun was ready to do anything. What must I do? He asked. The teacher took Arjun to a quiet forest where there was a tall tree. On one of the branches of the tree, there was a small bird. The teacher gave Arjun a bow and an arrow. Do you see that bird? The teacher asked. Arjun nodded. Now I want you to hit the eye of the bird with the arrow, the teacher said. Arjun prepared to shoot. He aimed his arrow carefully. Before he could release it, the teacher stopped him. Wait, tell me what you see. Arjun looked at the teacher, confused. I see the tree, the branches, and the bird, he said. The teacher shook his head, put the bow down. He said, You are not ready yet. Arjun was surprised. He had thought he was doing well, but he listened and put the bow down. The next day, the teacher brought him back to the forest. The bird was still sitting on the tree. The teacher handed Arjun the bow and the arrow again. The teacher said, Try again, but this time, tell me exactly what you see. Arjun focused on the bird and prepared to shoot. When the teacher asked him again, What do you see? Arjun replied, I see the bird, its wings, and the tree behind it. The teacher said, You are still not ready. Come back tomorrow. Arjun was frustrated. He was trying so hard, but it seemed like he was not making progress. Still, he trusted the teacher and returned the next day. This time, when the teacher asked him to shoot, Arjun did not think about anything else. He did not look at the tree or the branches. He focused only on the eye of the bird. When the teacher asked, What do you see? Arjun replied, I see only the eye of the bird. The teacher smiled. Now you are ready, he said. When you see nothing but your target, your focus becomes strong. Now shoot. Arjun released the arrow and it flew straight, hitting the bird's eye perfectly. He had passed the test. The teacher then said to Arjun, Your problem was not that you were not skilled. Your problem was that your mind was distracted by too many things. To hit your target, you must see nothing else but your goal. The tree, the branches, the bird's wings, none of these things matters when you are focused, only the target matters. The Buddha paused for a moment. Looking at his students, they were quiet, deep in thought. Like Arjun, the Buddha said softly, "When you want to achieve your goals, you must focus completely. There will always be distractions, things that pull your mind away from your work, but if you let your mind wander to these things, you will lose sight of what is important." One of the students raised his hand. "But Buddha, what if the distractions are too strong? What if I can't stop thinking about them?" The Buddha smiled gently. "Distractions are natural. It is normal for your mind to wander. But just like Arjun brought his focus back to the bird's eye, you can gently bring your mind back to your goal. Do not fight the distractions, but do not follow them either. Simply notice them and then return your attention to your task." The students listened closely, understanding now how they had been distracted by too many thoughts. They realized that they needed to bring their attention back to work. The Buddha continued, "The mind is like a river. If you let it flow in many directions, it will lose its strength. But if you guide it carefully and focus it on one path, it becomes powerful. When your mind is focused, you can achieve great things." The students sat quietly, thinking about how they could apply this wisdom to their own lives. They realized that staying focused was not just about working hard, but about guiding their minds back to their goals. As the sun began to set, the Buddha gave one final piece of advice. "Remember, your goals are like the bird's eye. There will always be trees and branches around them. These are the distractions. But if you keep your attention on the target, step by step, you will hit your mark."